Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to talk about strap locks. I always use some form of strap lock just to support my guitar so that I don't end up dropping it. I'm certainly not the type of person that throws them or flings them around on stage around my head, but it's good to know what options you've got as a consumer. So the first one I'm going to talk about is, it's actually one of my favourite types because you don't have to modify your guitar. It's these. So these are the D'Addario strap locks that, well, they're straps that come with a built-in strap lock. You just put them on your guitar, spin a little rotator on there, and then your guitar's locked. The upsides of this is you don't need to modify your strap locks on your guitar. They work every time I've used these. These are my main sort of touring strap locks that I like to use. But the options are quite limited, so if you like a big fat leather one, I'm not sure they do them in that style. They're normally sort of standard nylon-y type guitar straps, and you know, for a little bit more money you can get some with patterns on. These range from about £15 up to you know, 60 for certain patterns. So, but they're quite a good way to go. The second one I want to show you is the Schaller style. So the Schaller style strap locks come, see a lot of people using them with the sort of Fender stuff. So these are, these have a small thing that you pull on. So you pull on this section here and then you drop it onto your guitar. The only thing is, your guitar will need strap locks putting on to support that. So they have a little dimple on. And basically, you slide that over your guitar, pull this at the top, and there you go, and it's on. These are really solid, really good and reliable strap locks. The only problem I find is that on the top there's a nut on there, so you have to kind of tighten that up, and over time they tend to undo, so you have to keep watching that and doing them up again and again. That would probably be the only downside. There is a lot going on in the mechanism, so sometimes in the past I've found that they do wear out. They have springs, and I've found that over time the springs can go on them. If you buy cheap ones from you know, made in China type stuff that's like £5, they tend to break really quickly, and they're actually, I would say, not very trustworthy for your guitar. So that method is good. I think there's a better one out there which I'm going to show you now. So I'm just going to get my Les Paul. This is my Les Paul. Now with Les Pauls, they tend to be a bit heavier than the other guitars. This one's under £8, so it's actually quite light for a Les Paul. I think it weighs about the same as my Strat, and I think it might actually be lighter than one of my other guitars. This, I'm using the Dunlop strap lock. So on here I've got this big strap button. That's the only downside really. I'm not keen on the look of a big strap button, if I'm being honest. But these come in, they have like a ball bearing system, and they lock in, and you don't have to readjust them once they're in. So you put that in, you just press the button, on and off is really easy, and they're really solid. So I have used these over the years, on particularly on Gibson style guitars, because my worst nightmare with the Gibson is dropping it. The main reason why is because of the headstock angle. So on the back of this, it's got quite a sharp headstock angle there, and I've seen some snap. So it's, you know, the neck can snap at the top, and I don't really want that for this guitar. I like it the way it is. So I feel that strap locks on a Gibson are quite essential. The other option is something that Paul Reed Smith have on their core guitars. So this is a Paul Reed Smith McCarty. This is a lovely guitar. This actually weighs about the same as my Les Paul. Quite loud. So with the PRS, and I've heard Paul say this as well about his guitars, the strap buttons that come standard are a certain design, and this helps with the guitar being quite balanced. If I just put a leather strap on it, it's actually very unlikely to come off, and I have never needed strap locks with my McCarthy guitar, and I use this guitar quite a lot. I've had it for nearly 17 years, and 16 years I've had this guitar. Never had a drama with it in terms of the straps, bending down, messing with effects and all that kind of stuff. It's really solid. So you can just think about the design of the strap lock buttons. I know that the core models tend to have that as a standard thing. I've got a couple of SE guitars. The SE guitars that I have don't have that system. So, but one is a signature series. One's a Silver Sky, and one's a hollow body. The hollow body's just got like normal strap lock. So what I do there is I use a built-in strap. So the final one is great for those who like a free beer, because it comes with free beer, and you'll probably have to buy 2 free beers, 2 strap locks. Each one will come with a free bottle of Grolsch, and this is the Grolsch cap. So quite a cool little rubber thing here. You put your strap on, and then you just press on. You have to stretch it a little bit to get it on, but once it's on, that's pretty solid as well. So I've used those in a pinch on these. To be honest, a lot of people, that's the only way they do it, and I get that. That's totally cool. So yeah, buy yourself a bottle of Grolsch. I think they're like they're over a pint size. They're quite big. I think they're like 660 millilitres for those of you who do metric. You stick those on. Now, they work really well if you're bending down, messing with effects. They don't work so well if you're throwing them over your head. I've seen a few people test that out, and it never ends well. But I would recommend this if you're on a budget. You want the free beer as well, and you can, obviously put them on any guitar, and it'll kind of work. I would imagine through thermodynamics and entropy that they will wear out over time, but they are quite a solid option if you're into trying that sort of thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That will really help the channel out, and have a good day.